What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering, and oh boy, yikes! Everybody's eyes and feelers are out there and protecting families and kids, and I'm here for it. Now, Yuengling beer is one that was probably the largest beneficiary of the Bud Light debacle, and a lot of people say it tastes good. I'm not much of a beer guy. I went to a Weezer concert last night and they only had beer and I ordered one. I don't even remember what it was, but it was suboptimal. But it was 18 ounces, so that was good. Nonetheless, Yingling is not some small little operation. I mean, they're huge. They have like the Yuengling Center in Florida, I believe, and all sorts of other things. Well, looks like they are potentially have some splaining to do. Now, this was originally brought to light by Tim Pool, a drag show that allows babies. So first there was the original tweet. I actually want to go where he pointed it out, and I've done a bit of digging and research too, because this is a weird one. For example, from a legal perspective. It's odd to me that anyone would want to be associated with that kind of stuff nowadays. To me, it's very, very odd. Now, you see here a drag show that allows babies. He posts all persons entering a venue, including babies in arms, must have a ticket. Each ticket will allow one admittance. If the ticket holder leaves the venue for any reason, readmittance will not be allowed. Attendance of children under the age of 2 may not be recommended for some performances. Not forbidden, just not recommended. It's referring to a tweet from Music Fest, which has now, if you try to go to it, it's now been deleted. However, the internet is forever, and we have the initial tweet. Need your drag fix before our iconic Music Fest drag show, or before our iconic, it's iconic apparently, Music Fest drag show. Well, the Queen's return to Music Fest Cafe presented by Yuengling on July 30th. Presented by Yuengling June 30th. Now I want to again point something out here. Presented by Yuengling could just mean that they sponsor the venue, so that you can see behind them. Behind the drag show, you can see out of focus here Yuengling banners, and then also something that I can't read the other ones, but these are clearly Yuengling. And let's take a look at some of the replies. Yuengling about to be the next Budweiser. Clown World, really Yuengling? So you're like Bud Light? Leave the kids alone. Now I understand. Yuengling, seriously? I mean, the reaction was swift and immediate. And I suspect that Yuengling has said, you got to delete this. You got to delete this. Is it the same as Bud Light? It's difficult. I don't think it's exactly the same unless they come out and they say, oh yeah, we're definitely sponsoring that. Like, unless they come out full throated. Here's the thing. Yuengling has not tweeted since, well, yesterday. They had Flag Day, waving the stars and stripes. If you look, they're not getting, a ton of hate. They're basically, will you get in Nebraska? Will you get in Illinois? I think they're in Wisconsin. I feel like I've seen it around. But you're not seeing a lot of hate until now, a little bit later. When you're going to address this, a drag show that addresses babies. Oh, you got to answer for the babies drag show. People don't forget. This is an issue. And now you have, babies drag shows and stuff like that presented by Yuengling. Again, it's probably just a sponsorship. They sponsor the event. All they have to do is say, hey, look, we sponsor the venue. We're an official sponsor of the music festival. We don't, sponsor any one particular thing. And that's it. Like that's all you have to do. That said, it might actually be worse if they say something in this particular case, because for some people that won't be enough. Because then it's like, okay, well, Yuengling, do you support this? Do you support, And the other thing is when you actually go to the website and you look at it, here's Music Fest Drag Show, Wednesday the 9th. It's at PNC. Its venue is a PNC series at Music Fest, presented by Yuengling. So the venue, like music, it seems like Yuengling is sponsoring Music Fest, or they're sponsoring, but not any particular events. But what you'll also notice here is there's no age restrictions. Now, according to some people who called Music Fest and asked, hey, what's going on with this drag show? Do you have a age limit? Now it's at 9 p.m. Okay, so in being as fair as I can humanly be, and I don't think a lot of these companies have earned it. It's at 9 p.m., but it is on a free stage. It'd be one thing if you had to buy tickets; it's more exclusionary. But it's at 9 at night. Now, what we do we know about bad parents? They'll probably keep their kids up late so that they can see this drag show. But somebody who called the actual Music Fest, the Music Fest said that they suggest you be at least 15 or 14 or something like that to go to this. I don't know. There's nothing in their FAQs for it anywhere. And you know what? It's a little late in the video, but it occurred to me I haven't, with all these woke companies and all this nonsense, one company that stood by me, this channel, and doesn't get woke and doesn't do any of that crap is Meta PCs. It's the computer I use. It's the computer I recommend my friends and family. It's the laptop I use. If you're looking for either a complete custom build, which you can do, or I put together some kind of good, better, best Insano, like my actual computer that I use is right here in the lower right. I'm going to leave a link in the description to Meta PCs where promo code TheQuartering will also save you money off your computer. Meta PCs has sponsored the channel for a long time. Just remember to use that promo code. And when you chat, they love when you chat. If you head on over there, tell them the Quartering sent you. I know their chat team loves that. So, this is, there's really nothing on here about age limits, anything like that. They have, media registration. They have all sorts of stuff. I mean, their lineup is a little weak. I guess the Goo Goo Dolls 20 years ago would have been a big deal. But, I think that interestingly enough, nowhere in the FAQs does it say anything about age limits or age restrictions. Look, when I went to Warped Tour and I was like, I don't know, 12 or 13 or something like that. But, they didn't have any drag shows there. And it's been a long-going music festival. They had 200,000 people come in 1984 when they first had it. And by the way, I do like their aesthetic and their site. But I think that Yuengling is probably going to need to address this because this is going to start filling up their replies. People are going to start to ask questions. I don't think that Yuengling in particular is, promoting drag shows with that allow babies in, but it's a concern. You see Yuengling too. A lot of people absolutely love it. Everyone transferred over from Bud Light, although a lot of people went to Miller Lite, Coors Light, and Modelo. But Yuengling is popular. Hopefully they don't screw this up. They're probably, somebody at Yuengling panicked and said, you need to delete that immediately, I suspect. And it's going to be interesting. What do you think about this? Is a nothing burger? I don't know. But what I'll say about it is, I think if you treat all of these situations, I think if you want to generate change, if you think you can, make these woke companies change, and we know that it is possible, then almost every infraction has to be answered for, because it's like this slippery slope of giving everyone the benefit of the doubt that's been going on for the past couple of years that really put us here. And it's pretty simple, trending again today, leave children alone. This is obviously you saw with Call of Duty doing this video, creeping on kids. Here's another one, leave kids alone, you creeps. Here's a pickled drag queen, read stories for kids today. No. Just you want to, have parties. You want to be in bars. You want to do this. You want to have shows at bars. Cool. Fine by me. And you know what? I don't even necessarily have a problem with beers sponsoring these type of events. As long as they're appropriate for age appropriate. I think that's very easy to do. So Yuengling could be on the precipice of another Bud Light backlash, but I don't think they have to go as far. I just think they say, hey, we sponsor things. We don't sponsor every individual event. We sponsor the venue, and that's it. But I don't know. Are you suspect now? It's going to be interesting. Clearly, a message was sent because they deleted the tweet. I hope you're informed by this video. I hope that I earned your subscription today. If you did, there's a button right down below to subscribe. Check out Meta PC's link in the description, and we'll talk to you again real soon.